You didn't wake up disciplined. You built it, one choice at a time. There were days when your body felt heavy, days when your mind felt slow, days when motivation disappeared. But you still moved. That's where discipline started. You learned that waiting to feel ready keeps people stuck. So you stopped waiting. You acted first. Feelings followed later. You didn't need perfect energy. You needed commitment. You made small promises to yourself, and you kept them. That built trust. Trust in your own actions. Trust in your own consistency. Trust in your own strength. In the gym, you stopped rushing. You slowed your breathing. You focused on form. You stayed present in every rep. Each movement became intentional. You weren't just lifting weight. You were training your mind. You learned how to stay calm when your muscles burned. You learned how to finish sets when your body asked you to stop. You learned how to breathe through discomfort. That skill followed you everywhere. You stopped reacting emotionally to hard moments. You paused. You assessed. You continued. You didn't let fatigue decide your future. You managed it. You didn't let stress destroy your habits. You adjusted. You didn't let doubt freeze your movement. You stepped forward anyway. That's maturity. You became someone who doesn't disappear when things get uncomfortable. You stay. You don't quit mid-set. You don't quit mid-week. You don't quit mid-journey. You finish what you start. You stop chasing excitement. You built routine. Routine doesn't feel glamorous, but routine builds everything. You trained even when sessions felt ordinary. You ate clean even when cravings hit. You slept early even when distractions called. Those boring decisions created powerful results. You realized that motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. So you invested in discipline. You stopped comparing progress. You stayed in your lane. You respected your own pace. That patience saved you. It protected you from burnout. It kept you moving forward. You learned that progress isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It shows quietly over time. Stronger lifts. Sharper focus. Better control. You noticed changes not just in your body, but in your mindset. You became calmer. More grounded. More confident. Because you knew what it took to get there. You didn't become strong because life became easier. You became strong because you learned how to handle difficulty. You stopped running from discomfort. You trained inside it. You stopped blaming circumstances. You took responsibility. Responsibility gave you power. You didn't wait for perfect conditions. You worked with imperfect ones. You didn't need dramatic workouts. You needed consistent ones. You didn't need extreme diets. You needed sustainable habits. You built habits. Habits became identity. Now you don't think about training. You train. You don't negotiate with weakness. You move. You don't let excuses grow. You act. You understand that every day counts. Even slow days. Especially slow days. You learn how to reset after bad sessions. You didn't spiral. You returned. You learned how to manage setbacks. You didn't quit. You adjusted. You learned that missing once doesn't matter. Stopping completely does. So you always came back. That's resilience. You didn't let comfort steal your potential. You chose growth. You didn't let fear stop your progress. You faced it. You didn't let doubt silence your effort. You continued. You trained your reactions. You trained your focus. You trained your patience. You trained your discipline. Now your strength feels different. It's not emotional. It's stable. It's built. You don't rely on hype. You rely on habits. You don't rush success. You respect time. You don't wait for motivation. You create momentum. Momentum keeps you moving. You understand that everything compounds. Effort compounds. Consistency compounds. Self-respect compounds. You didn't become this person overnight. Just real strength built by those who stay disciplined and never stop showing up. Because showing up is harder than it sounds. Showing up when you're tired. Showing up when you're stressed. Showing up when progress feels slow. Showing up when nobody notices. Most people disappear during those moments. You didn't. You stayed. You understood something important. Discipline doesn't mean feeling powerful every day. It means moving forward even when you feel weak. You didn't wait for high energy. You worked with what you had. Some days you felt strong. Some days you felt empty. You showed up on both. That's what separates you. You stopped expecting perfect sessions. You aimed for honest effort. You didn't chase motivation. You built habits. Habits carried you when emotions couldn't. You learned how to move your body even when your mind resisted. You learned how to breathe through fatigue. You learned how to stay present when discomfort arrived. That presence became your weapon. You didn't rush reps. You respected form. You controlled tempo. You listened to your body. You didn't fight pain emotionally. You acknowledged it. Then you continued. You trained your reactions. You trained your patience. You trained your focus. Those invisible reps built your mental strength. Outside the gym, discipline followed you. You woke up earlier. You reduced distractions. You planned meals. You protected sleep. You stopped wasting time on things that didn't move you forward. You became intentional. You stopped letting moods decide your actions. You followed structure. Structure gave you momentum. Momentum gave you confidence. Confidence changed how you carry yourself. Now you don't panic when things feel heavy. You adjust. You don't quit when progress slows. You stay. You don't disappear when life gets loud. You ground yourself. You breathe. You move. You learn that showing up doesn't mean being perfect. It means being consistent. You showed up on low days. You showed up on boring days. You showed up when workouts felt ordinary. Those ordinary days built extraordinary strength. You stopped searching for excitement. You focused on execution. Execution beats inspiration every time. You became someone who finishes workouts. Someone who keeps promises. Someone who follows through. That reliability created self-respect. Self-respect changed everything. You no longer need external motivation. You trust your routine. You don't negotiate with weakness. You act. You don't wait for tomorrow. You start today. You didn't become disciplined overnight. You practiced it. You repeated it. You failed sometimes. You return every time. That return is powerful. Most people quit after failure. You used failure as feedback. You learned. You adjusted. You continued. That's growth. You stopped blaming circumstances. You took responsibility. Responsibility gave you control. Control gave you freedom. Now stress doesn't own you. Fatigue doesn't stop you. Doubt doesn't freeze you. You move forward anyway. You learn how to manage bad days. You didn't let one missed session turn into quitting. You didn't let one bad meal turn into giving up. You reset. You refocused. You showed up again. That's discipline. Not dramatic. Not loud. Quiet. Daily. Unshakable. You became someone who understands that progress compounds. One workout becomes 10. 10 becomes 100. Small choices stack. Days build weeks. Weeks build months. Months change lives. You respected that process. You didn't hurry it. You trusted it. You stopped chasing shortcuts. You invested in long-term strength. That investment changed your body. It changed your mind. It changed your standards. You now demand more from yourself. Not aggressively. Calmly. You don't settle for excuses. You choose effort. You don't look for easy paths. You walk the hard ones. Because you know hard paths create strong people. You became that person. Now you don't fear slow progress. You understand it.